Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
I need new music.
Discover new music now.
Hi, Underoath.
JJO.
Madison Solid Rock, 94.1 JJO, and online, WJJO.com. It's Brock, and it is time to discover new music. Underoath. Joining me, Spencer. You know him as the lead wailer of the band, the enigmatic front man, the guy with great hair. I've always been jealous of your hair, Spencer. I have been. I think my wife, if I could grow it like yours, she would be like, yes, but it never looks as good on me. I don't think I have the face for it. I don't have the face. You know?
Oh, dude, thanks for having me on, man. It's been a long time since we've hung out. So
yes, it has been. We were just kind of reminiscing before we got started here, what's beautiful about the rock world and everyone I've gotten to meet, you basically kind of hop back in. It's like old friends getting together after a few years apart, and nothing's changed. We're still here. We're still, I mean, just a little older, maybe a little worse for wear, but we're still going. You know, that's good. Let's talk new music. It's out now. Voyeurist. You guys actually had to push back the release a little bit due to some backups in the vinyl stuff. Can you tell us a little bit just about the backup on it before it actually got released?
Well, I mean, there was a couple of different reasons. Vinyl was one of them. We did this stuff during lockdown where we re-released a lot of vinyls and we played some old records on a live stream, and that stuff got all messed up when the COVID messed up shipments. And then there was that big Texas storm. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah.
Just tore through all these factories and a lot of those places where they print the vinyl. So stuff has just been backed up all over the place. And then when we were finishing up the record, there was talks of we would have to really rush to get it in when we wanted to release it originally in October. And then that was when things were potentially going to open back up with touring, and our agent wasn't sure. Our manager wasn't sure. No one was sure. So it was just kind of a mixture of things where it just seemed like it was a better all around thing. Like no one wants to really release a record and then sit on it for 6 months.
Yep.
Even though we've been sitting on it, it's been in our back pockets, burning a hole in it. It was weird because even this coming out January 14th, this is the first record since I was a teenager that I've been home, on release day. I've always been with my bandmates, whatever band that was at the time, normally Underoath, but I've never been home on release day and not played a show or been on tour. It was really weird. It was nice, but weird.
You said a key phrase, you didn't want to rush. And I think that's so important. You guys have in your mind what you want to have happen. You've been working on this. So you said it's been burning a hole in your back pocket and not rushing. Make sure it's done right and done right with how the band envisions it. Hallelujah, the current single out off Voyeurist. Awesome song, very haunting beginning. You kind of have that rousing, dark beginning, and it builds. And for me, the part that really stood out around 2:14, those drums pick up and you feel that song really build, and then bam, hit you like a ton of bricks. Tell us about Hallelujah.
This is our first record we self-produced, so there was no producer on this record. And we were feeling really strong when we were writing this record and doing the demos for that the songs were stronger than they were on the last record. So we eventually made the call to produce it ourselves. Yeah, so with Hallelujah, in all the songs, we were just super focused on taking the time, to make sure the 4 writers, so there's myself, Aaron, Tim, and Chris, the 4 people that write the records, we really got a chance to make sure that we all were 100% in on every moment of every song, which is hard to do when there's an outside person like a producer who's trying to make the best call for the band. And a lot of times one or more people could be left feeling like, oh man, I don't know, I don't really like that part, or that could have been better, or I like it the old way. And with Underoath, it's really tough because we all have such different tastes, but there's this really small line that when we all get on the same page, I think that's what the Underoath sound is. So with this record, we were able to do that since we were self-producing. You're not paying a fortune for days of just discovery. A song might take a day, a song might take a month to get where it needs to go. And we had that time to explore and really feel out what's best for the song and every song on this record. So Hallelujah, yeah, it came as like there's a choir. It was a thought that I had driving a moving truck. I was actually moving. My lady's in the car and I'm in the U-Haul, so I'm just kind of stuck. And I'm thinking, they have the AM FM radio in there, and I was just thinking about touring and stuff. And at the time, this was COVID lockdown, no one's touring. And I was just thinking about great live moments. And I was thinking to myself, what if we had a song that the choir was the main thing, like the intro, the chorus, the big outro? That kind of sparked the idea of building a song around a choir. And then we wrote the melody and the lyrics, and on the demo, it's just me and Aaron doing the male and female parts and all that stuff to write it. But when we made the record, we actually had a group of people come in and sing as a choir to create that sound.
Madison, Solid Rock 94.1 JJO. I'm Brock, and my guest for JJO Discover New Music this week is Spencer from Underoath. And their new release, Voyeurism, is what we're highlighting this week on Discover New Music. Is there a song maybe on there that really speaks to you? I'm sure you're proud of all of them, but let's say maybe Alien comes down and says, hey, we saw this album. What's your favorite song on the album?
So there's a song on the record that I felt was as strong of a single, if not stronger, than Hallelujah. So I think the song that would be like a hidden gem. I mean, I want everyone to hear the whole record. It's definitely an album. You push start at one. It's supposed to be listened to in order all the way through. But if we're picking songs out, there's a song called Thorn that I think it's just like an unsung hero in a way that people tend to love. So that's a fan favorite right now. We're going to play that.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right, come on. I love it, man. Well, I really appreciate the time, and I've been a fan for a long, long time. I think Underoath is just one of the best, man, and I've always enjoyed time chatting with you. It's just always great, and I'm looking forward to the future with you guys. Obviously, new album, Voyeurist. Last two questions, actually three questions, and then we're done. These are the most important questions of the interview, other than obviously telling everyone to go get the new album. Number one, would you rather fly at 5 miles per hour or run at 100 miles per hour?
Do I get flying would be so sick,
but it's 5 miles an hour. I mean, you're just puttering. You're
just floating around. Yeah. I mean, I guess run, but I wonder, do you get tired? Because if you can run 100 miles per hour, but it's like, it feels like running right now, that's not so fun. I'm going to say fly. Yeah. Because I would just like float around, like look at stuff,
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Like a bird, just chilling up there.
All right. Would you rather take one punch from Mike Tyson or 100 punches from... Now, when I used to ask this question, Betty White was still alive. So we'll just say Betty White for the sake of this, because I couldn't think of anybody else old. So one punch from Mike Tyson or 100 punches from Betty White, rest her soul.
100 from Betty White.
Yeah, I think that'd just be fun. I think it's a good story to tell everyone. I took 100 punches from Betty White.
Yeah, and I think Mike Tyson could do some permanent damage.
Yeah,
if you're not careful.
Yeah, that's pretty much. You take one of those, it might be dead.
The anxiety of the anticipation of that one punch would kill you alone.
Just alone.
I think the 100 punches, I'm like, well, this is going to suck for like 20 minutes. So whatever, let's start it. But the one punch, he's got one shot.
Yeah.
And one shot only, and he's going to make it count. And just like, oh, dude, you wouldn't sleep for a week before that. That would suck. Yeah, I'm going to go 100 punches.
Have you seen him even now? Dude, he's still terrifying now. Like 55 years old. That guy is just built like a brick outhouse. It's insane. Insane.
Yeah, I'm good with the 100 punches.
From Betty White. I love it. All right, last one. Would you rather fight a man with bare arms or a bear with man arms?
Ooh. I think a bear with man arms would still bite you, right?
Yeah. You still got the bare mouth. But weak human arms, so.
Yeah, but how are you going to knock that thing over? I think I'm going to take my chances with the man with the bare arms, because if I'm fast enough, I could get him down, and then once he's down, we're good. It's just gotta just maybe, do a dodge move and get behind him and jump on his back or something. I don't know.
Spencer, thank you so much for the time, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Voyeurist out now. Underoath. Go check it out. It's an amazing record. I've listened to the whole thing, and do yourself a favor. Listen to it. You're going to fall in love. Spencer, brother, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Yo, what's up? This is Spencer from Underoath. Rock lives here on JJO.
Discover new music now on the homepage of WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts.